friends. Hello, happy Monday. I hope you had a great weekend. Can you believe the gorgeous weather we had? I hope you got outside, you rode your bikes, you played with your brothers and sisters, you hung out. I hope you spent time outside. My friends, this week's book you are going to love. It's called Harriet, You'll Drive Me Wild. It's by the author Mem Fox, and I was inspired by her last name to talk about foxes this week. This book is a great one because Harriet, who's the little girl, see her there in her overalls, she kind of drives her mother crazy. And I am sure you can all relate to this. Both our kids, as both the kids and the adults, and all the spending all this time together, we sort of drive each other crazy, don't we? This one's a really good one. Ready? Here goes. Harriet Harris was a pesky child. She didn't mean to be. She just was. Do you see her there? Great illustrations in this one, too. One morning at breakfast, she knocked over a glass of juice, just like that. Now, do you see how she's sitting upside down in her chair? Maybe that's why she knocked down the glass of juice. Just saying. Her mother didn't like to yell, so instead she said, "Harriet, my darling child, I'm sorry," said Harriet, and she really was. At snack time, she dribbled jam all over her jeans, just like that. Oops. Her mother didn't like to yell, so instead she said, "Harriet, my darling child, Harriet, you'll drive me wild." "I'm sorry," said Harriet, and she really was. Before lunch, when Harriet was painting a picture, she dripped paint onto the carpet, just like that. Her mother didn't like to yell, so instead she said, "Harriet, my darling child, Harriet, you'll drive me wild. Harriet, sweetheart, what are we to do?" "I'm sorry," said Harriet, and she really was. At lunch, Harriet slid off her chair and the tablecloth came with her just like that. Her mother didn't like to yell, so instead she said, "Harriet, my darling child, Harriet, you'll drive me wild. Harriet, sweetheart, what are we to do?" "Harriet Harris, I am talking to you." "I'm sorry," said Harriet, and she really was. Later that afternoon, when Harriet was meant to be napping, she ripped open a pillow just like that. 1,000 feathers flew in every direction. There was terrible silence. Then Harriet's mother began to yell. She yelled and yelled and yelled. "I'm sorry," Harriet cried. "I'm really, really, really sorry." There she is. Her mother took a deep breath. "I know you are," she said, hugging Harriet tightly. "I'm sorry, too. I shouldn't have yelled. I wish I hadn't. But sometimes it happens. Just like that." Big mess. said Harriet. A very big mess, said her mother, and she started to laugh. And they laughed and went on laughing, and they picked up the feathers together. I really like this book because I have to tell you, we have spent an awful lot of time together, me and my boys and my husband. And after a while, you kind of get irritated with each other. And you kind of start losing your patience. But this was a good reminder to bring it down, slow it down, right? And be kind to each other. Let's talk about foxes. Look at these amazing animals. So, foxes are related to dogs. Um, they are in the dog family. When they are born, they cannot hear, they can't see, and the babies can't walk. So their mamas have to stay very close to them. I read somewhere that the dads go hunting and bring back the food, and the mamas stay with the babies inside the den. So let's talk about their dens. They will dig holes underground for the babies to live in. That's where they live, in dens underground. They're little caves that they've dug out for themselves. They will live, oh, well, I have to tell you what they eat first. They eat berries and small animals like birds. Um, they also like spiders and worms. They have, oh, this is kind of interesting. I don't know if I put this in there. They have whiskers where cats have whiskers, right, in the same spot on either side of their heads, of their sort of snouts. But they also have whiskers on the sides of their legs so that they can feel what's walking nearby them. They live to be about 2 to 5 years old in the wild, and they will leave mom when they're about a month old, so pretty early on. They are solitary animals. That means that they don't like to stay. Once they leave mama, they don't like to stay in big groups. They hunt by themselves and they sort of hang out by themselves. This is kind of interesting. They have pupils. So the pupils are the black part that's inside your eyes. If you need to go after we're done, go look in the mirror and you'll see there's these little black circles inside your eyes, right? Those are pupils. Cats' pupils, just like foxes' pupils, are actually long strips. They're sort of these like vertical strips. Vertical means that it's up and down, right? So this means that they can see very, very well at night. That's when they go hunting for their food. They, what else can I tell you about them? Oh, they can see very, very well, and their hearing is very good, and their smell is very good. Oh, one last kind of interesting thing about foxes. Apparently, they smell. Like there is a distinct smell to them because on their tails they have these scent glands. Glands are something that your body creates to release something. So in this particular case, it's about smell, right? Dogs have scent glands on the bottom of their paws. So apparently foxes don't smell very well. I don't think I've ever smelled a fox, but if you have, you should totally tell me that you have. Send me an email. Ask mom to send me an email or dad to send me an email. I am at Leibel, that's Leibel at douglasps.net. I would love to hear from you guys. I hope you are doing well. I miss you. Take care of yourselves and come back next week and we'll read another book together. See you later, guys. Take care. Bye.